Hey guys, happy Friday. So we're going to move on to chapter 16, and I hope you guys are enjoying the book as much as I am. I know I'm really liking it. I really like seeing Stella, develop herself and seeing that. You guys remember how she started in the beginning of the day, always turning red. She couldn't even say a word, and now she's winning spelling contests. I mean, isn't that so cool? I mean, not winning, but getting to becoming a semifinalist. It's pretty, it's pretty cool that she's growing up so much. She's taking her mom's advice and she's really, growing into the person that she wants to be. So let's move on now to chapter 16. When mom gets home from work, she makes a big deal about my spelling bee ribbon, which I don't mind. She cries, mi bebé. I usually don't like it when she says my baby in public, but at home, it makes me hug her even more. This calls for a celebration. How about a trip to the biblioteca and some frozen yogurt afterwards? I squeal and say, Y-E, yes. That sounds like a great night. I also squeal because I love hearing the word biblioteca. It's such a fun word. And I love going to the library. Mom changes out of her suit. As soon as Nick and I see her in her jeans and sweatshirt, we know it's time to go. Are you going to get any books for your project, Stella? She asks as she grabs her car keys. I would like to find a book on starfish, Mom. Did you know that if a starfish loses an arm, I hide one of my arms behind my back and then stick it out and say, they can grow one back? I wiggle my hand in amazement. She nods. Did you know some people are as strong as starfishes? What do you mean, Mom? You mean like superheroes? I ask. She laughs. I just mean that some people have to go through tough things and they can bounce back, like Frida Kahlo. Oh, then I ask, who's Frida Kahlo? I'll tell you more about her in the car, says Mom. She's fascinating. Turns out, Frida Kahlo was a Mexican painter who made beautiful paintings. She was in a bus accident when she was very young and had to stay in bed for months. That's when she learned how to paint. She became one of the most famous painters ever. Wow, I exclaimed. Hearing about Frida makes me feel proud to be from the same country. We can get a book on her at the biblioteca tonight, Mom says as she pulls into the library parking lot. Now the library at school is pretty cool, but the public library near my house is it says right here, incredible. It has 3 levels and a beanbag chairs for the kids section. I like to go to the reference section and look at the huge books on marine life. They have so many pictures. The library also has art exhibitions and art contests. So here is the starfish she's comparing her to. So starfish, like if they'll lose an arm, she says that they can grow it back. And then her mom told her about Frida, right? Frida Kahlo was a Mexican painter, and she's saying, that there's these kinds of people like Frida who have really went through a lot in their lives and who came back a lot stronger, right? So they made something good out of the bad that had happened. Frida was in a horrible accident. She was in bed for months, but she got to learn how to make beautiful paintings, right? So let's keep moving on. One time I got 3rd place. We had to draw a scene from our favorite book, and mine was from James and the Giant Peach. It was a scene where the peach gets stuck on top of the Empire State Building. I found this really cool photo of the building so I could see how to draw it and added my little seagulls. Mom framed it at home and always says that one day it will be very valuable. When we get to the library, I see a sign near the front door that reads Local Author Presentation in the Auditorium. Mom, can we go in, por favor? I ask. If I say please, Mom usually says yes. Mom looks at her watch, then at me. I'm giving her the biggest puppy dog eyes I can. She nods yes and gives me a kiss on the forehead. Nick says, it starts in 30 minutes. Time to move it, as he runs over to the graphic novels. In the meantime, I spot more books on marine animals while Mom looks for a book on Frida Kahlo and some mystery novels for herself. Since I've already done research at the library for my project, I know exactly where the fish books are. I only have a few more fishes to go, and I also want to get more photos for the starfish page that I'm finishing. I find a picture of a royal starfish that's purple with an orange border. Nick wanders off with a stack of graphic novels and peeks over my shoulder. I can't wait to draw it, I whisper. Here she is, right with her head in the book. I'm sure it will be great, like the rest of your drawings, little Miss Frida Kahlo. I giggle. Do you think they'll have one on the shed aquarium? Nick shrugs his shoulders. Maybe. Also, Mom's a little busy with work, so I don't know exactly when we'll go. Nick's been so great about the presentation. He told Mom about the shed aquarium idea, and now I hope we can really go. We've also been brainstorming on how to make my presentation more interesting, and he suggested that I should be a fisherman. That sounds a little boring, but then I came up with the idea of doing a submarine. I just need to finish my research before I start building it. Nick says, "Come on, Chump, time to go." I grab his arm and we run over to Mom, who was standing near the auditorium. We entered just as the show was starting. Not only is it an author, but a children's book author and a girl. She starts the presentation by reading aloud a few of her books. One of them is even in English and Spanish. How cool is that? Obviously, I understand both parts. Later, she speaks about how she started as an author. She grew up in Texas, like Stanley. It turned out she had problems speaking as a kid, just like me. She would switch the letters around. Everyone thought she wasn't really smart. Because of that, she read even more and made herself write all the time. Then she decided that that's what she wanted to do when she grew up. I whispered to Mom, "She's a starfish." She puts her arm around me and kisses me on the top of my head. Then I realized that maybe I'm a starfish too. My name is the Stella, after all. When I get home, I draw the royal starfish. As soon as I'm done, I whisper to Pancho, "Don't tell anyone, but I might be an author one day." Pancho, of course, doesn't say anything. He's the best at keeping secrets. So how cute is that, right? So she's at this library, right, at the biblioteca, doing all this research, and she's really getting motivated by this. She's really, has her game into the presentation, and she's starting to feel less scared. Remember how when she first heard about the presentation, she was really scared, and she doesn't really know. Now she's actually feeling more motivated, right, to find books. And now she has these ideas about that she's gonna be a fisherman, right, from her brother, that she's gonna build a submarine, like to kind of come in. And how cool is it, that she's getting all these ideas. And like she said, she went to that local author presentation in the biblioteca, the library, and she actually feels good because she's like, you know what, like that's actually like me, right? The person, that author, is like me. She's a girl. She mixes up her letters around just like me, and my words around. So she mixes those words around, and a lot of people think that she's not smart because she does that, but that doesn't really mean it's true, right? Because it just kind of motivates you to do more. So it's really inspiring.